If you clicked on this hoping for an answer, apologies because I'm still looking for it, and it's an honest question. What's up with Hawkman? Because I have no clue. I'm not an avid comic book reader. I'll only really read them from time to time, and that's the stuff that other people recommend I read. Just big events, one-offs, what-ifs, just beloved stories that other people like. And I feel like through that, I've gained a pretty solid appreciation of a pretty diverse cast of characters. I've enjoyed a lot of comics except for Hawkman. He has never, in any of the ones I've read, had a prominent role or even really been in most of them. And quite frankly, from some of the ones I've read, he's just kind of been a dick. As far as I'm aware, Hawkman is a founding member of the Justice League, and admittedly, all of my lore about Hawkman comes from solid JJ videos, but, comedy they might be. I'm assuming they come from a place of love, so I'll just believe them. Anyway, founding member. Why do I not know anything about Hawkman? Why don't I ever see anything about Hawkman? The first answer I'm assuming is Hawkgirl, who has completely and utterly overshadowed anything and everything that Hawkman can ever do. I don't need to tell you that Hawkgirl is way more popular than Hawkman. Everyone knows it. She's the one that's in the animated series. She's the one that's on the posters for them. She's in the main line of the cast. Sure, she might be in the back of it, but she's still in there and everyone remembers her. No one remembers Hawkman. I don't remember Hawkman. Here's what I know about Hawkman. 1. Wields a mace. Also, to just make a quick assumption about his character, he seems very angry, and I'm willing to bet that he's a lot more willing with a lethal option. 2. When he dies, he's resurrected. Once again, I got that from Solid JJ, and as far as I'm aware, that is a lot of the reason that he is unknown and people are unable to figure him out, because it has utterly destroyed the ability to pinpoint Hawkman and what he truly is. I don't know where I'm supposed to start when it comes to Hawkman because of this backstory. It is fundamentally confusing because I don't know what that backstory even is. Sure, the reincarnation is a whole thing, but that means every time he dies, what does it mean? Does he get a new backstory each time? Which Hawkman is the Hawkman that people really love? Is he the same Hawkman each time? I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. When I look at it, I just see people that say, oh my god, at one point he was goofy, at this point he was serious, at this point he was like a cop. I don't know. 3. Hawk costume. Do I know what's underneath the Hawk costume? Absolutely not. Literally no clue. I know his name is Carter. I don't know if that's his first or last name. I don't know what he looks like. Sometimes I'm not sure if it's a costume or if he actually just has a bird head. And finally, in terms of power, I genuinely only know that he flies and that he has supervision. And I only know that because he used it in Identity Crisis like once. He sees Flash when he's moving super fast, so he has hawk eyes, I guess. That's just what that is. I just want to know what to read. I'm genuinely curious about Hawkman. I just feel like he's a character that I want to know for no reason at all. What are his legitimately beloved stories? What made whatever tiny subset of fans still exist that cling on to his character? Which story defined his character? Whichever character that may be, I assume it no longer applies at this point because of the nature of comics. Kingdom Come, very early on, has these few pages that are solely dedicated to the gods of yesteryear, the heroes. They get the peak Alex Ross treatment, right? And one of those heroes is Hawkman. He doesn't have some prominent role throughout the story. He's not having like intense conversations. I don't actually remember him saying anything in the entire story after that. He didn't even say anything in that page, but it was still a really cool page. I'm bringing it up because alongside that page, there's text that says this. Some call him a savior, others environmental terrorist. He is feared and justly by those who would deprive the beasts and birds of their sanctuary. His name is Hawkman. What do I have to read to get that version of Hawkman, to get that kind of reverence and love for Hawkman, to get the Hawkman that got his own goddamn page in Kingdom Come, one of the only heroes to get one of those pages? Which one gives me that version? I don't know why my brain clung on to Hawkman of all characters, I feel like I look at what little I know, what little I feel like is out there, and just feel like there is a character that is even now decades later, still ripe for exploration that just isn't being achieved. And I just want to know what stories have done that, because he feels like he should have just sick storytelling. And I mean, a founding member?